You know, I wasn't going to talk about Simon or Portia anymore for at least the next, at least for the next 2 days. You know, because every time we look up, girl, Simon is posting something. The blogs are reposting it, um, and then then we go down this, the rabbit hole of Simon and Portia, and it's just kind of like, girl, I don't, and plus, I really don't care that much about everything he posts. But I do want to say this. You know what makes me upset with a lot of people? And this is why I side eye folks in relationships. Because on Mad Day, it's Mad Day. And, with Portia and Simon, and I hate that I'm even down here halfway even defending Portia. Because, girl, I just feel like Simon is making it like he's just, I don't like the fact that Simon is putting me in a corner, girl. And I feel like I have to do the right thing and call a thing, right? One of the things I always say, I try and be fair. I really try and be fair. Um, I I can't believe I'm about to say what I'm about to say. You know what? I'm not gonna say it. I don't owe Portia nothing. Let's change the subject. Girl, let me go to the next video. I'll just let. Um, I think you have Portia and Simon, who I really believe are both stunt queens at their core, and they now is they're trying to outstunt one another. I don't like the fact that Portia is someone who is now trying to throw out there, the whole sassy thing. We'll talk about that another day. Um, we know what it's about. Whenever a woman or a man, non-binary, whomever it may be, whenever they start to go down this road of calling a man sassy, zesty, um, what's the other word? Spicy. That's just another way of them to try to emasculate his manhood and even try to throw out there, that he might be one of the kids. You know what I'm saying? They're associating that with feminine qualities, right? Um, but with Simon, now all of a sudden, Portia is pretty much dumb to Simon, right? This is his second time. Um, this is the second time trying to um, throw out there that Portia may not be the brightest crayon in the box. And that might be true. Okay? Not might, it is. I forgot the first thing she said. I think he made a statement about the 265 days in a year. And then this is his second time basically letting us know. Remember, she said the whole thing about the Underground Railroad. My whole thing is this. Yes, we joke about it and we say it. And at this point, I guess Simon and Portia don't owe anything to each other. But now it's like you trying to make it seem as though this man might be one of the kids. And now Simon is trying to make it seem as though Portia's just some dumb broad. You married her. You married her. You married her. You gave her 16 weddings, girl, 17 receptions, 23 dresses, girl, in different locations. You married her. You knew she thought it was 265 days in a year when you married her. You knew that she thought the slaves was, girl, standing at the bus stop, sucking on a lollipop, waiting for the train to pass by. Talking about Harry, girl. Harry, girl, when's the train coming, sis? Girl, I'm tired. My back hurt. Ex Harry. Harry is short for Harriet. Ask Harry when the train coming. I'm tired. Them people gonna come and get us in a little bit. The train gotta hurry up, girl. You knew who Portia was when you married her. Now all of a sudden she dumb. Just like Portia knew who Simon was when she married him. He was sassy when you married him. I don't feel sorry for neither one of them. I changed my mind that fast. I don't. I don't feel sorry for Simon. I don't feel sorry for Portia. I changed my mind that fast. I don't. I'm done with it. I don't feel sorry for Porsha and Simon because y'all both are a mess. Y'all both entered into this marriage knowing that, girl, it wasn't gonna last. This is Simon's what, fourth or fifth marriage, I believe. You know, um, I have yet to hear anybody say, girl, Simon can't keep a wife. We know that if that was a woman on her third or fourth or fifth marriage, however many times Simon has been married, y'all will be beating the street talking about how she can't keep a man. Girl. You know, it's so crazy. I was talking to one of my friends and I was like, Porsha still hasn't learned her lesson. She hasn't. Porsha wants to be a kept woman. That is Porsha's goal in life. Not, this may, even though I have this, even though I see these women, right, like the Maserati woman. Remember the person asked her, what do you do for a living? And she was like, I'm married. Because I know that's right. She was like, girl, Miss Thing, want to say Whitefish look confused? Girl, he asked that lady, girl, what do you do for a living? And she was like, I'm married. I said, okay, girl. Now, I know some of the girls and some of the boys want that lifestyle, but the truth of the matter is, girl, that's not going to be everybody's story. It's probably going to only be a handful of folks' stories because most people I know work. Okay? And I think that Porsha wants her story to be the Maserati woman. She wants to be able to say, I live behind the gates. My husband is rich. We're rich. I pick the kids up, with a nanny from school. Right. I go shopping. I don't have to do anything but just make sure that my body stays tight and right. That's what Porsha wants to do. Porsha just wants to live a kept woman's lifestyle. But I think she needs to realize that that's not going to be her story. And you would think that this being Porsha's second time at the rodeo, you would think the first time after she found out Cordell, who was divorcing her through Twitter, right? And she was down there talking about how she couldn't afford no shoes. Remember when Porsha on the show, when Porsha was talking about how she couldn't afford those shoes because I guess of the money that she was getting from Cordell, I think the spousal support. Now you have Simon who now is basically trying to stop you from filming in the house and all that. We already talked about that. You would think that she would learn her lesson, but I don't think that she's learned her lesson. I really don't. Porsha, you should be just trying to figure out a way to make sure that you and your daughter are well taken care of, and that when you leave this earth, hopefully it's before your daughter, that you leave your daughter with a little bit of change, a little bit of assets. You know what I'm saying? Like that should be your focus now. That should be your focus. Girl, stop worrying about these men. Because clearly it's not working out for you, sister. You still ain't learned your lesson. You still ain't learned your lesson. She ain't learned it. But the gag is with Simon. Simon is gonna be okay. Simon gonna be okay because there's always gonna be another woman waiting in the cut so she can have her round, so she can have her spin on the jet that he owes $1 million on allegedly. She wants to make sure that she can get her car, right, a Rolls Royce. She wants the Simon Gubadia experience. She wants to see how this lifestyle is. So Simon gonna always have access to a woman, to women, always. Porsha will have access to men too. But you would think that with Porsha going through what she's gone through, that she would be like, girl, I just need to let it go for at least for a little bit. You can say what you want to say about Marlo Hampton, honey, but I will say you ain't never had Marlo out here looking like no dummy over no man. At least I can't remember. I can't remember any. You can say whatever you want to say about Marlo, baby, but Marlo used these men for what they good for, and it's a coin. It's to make sure that my lifestyle remains the same or as close as possible, right? But Marlo not gonna let no man make her look like Marlo ain't gonna let no man make her look like no idiot. Down to the TV, down to the World Wide Web, it just won't happen. Anyways, girl, let's move on. I wanted to talk about this, baby. I do not watch this show at all. I think I saw the first. I think I saw a clip the other day for the first time, and I was like, "What is this? Who are all these children?" I was like, "This is a lot of kids." I think the grandmother I think she was battling cancer. I think that was a scene that I saw. It was someone. It was like an older woman in the family. I think that she was. I think she had cancer, and I think that she had decided to stop doing chemotherapy because I think she felt like she just wasn't. She didn't feel good. And so that was my first time. And I don't know what made me even stop and look at the clip, but I just watched the clip. And so this is according to, okay, this is according to intouchweekly.com. So doubling down with the Derricos stars Dion and Karen officially divorced 2 days after filing. When I tell you, they mustn't have nothing. Let me tell you something. When you can divorce in 2 days, either y'all was best friends and y'all already been separated, and y'all just said, "Girl, let's just go get a divorce," or either y'all really ain't got nothing to split a fight over. Girl, 2 days after you filed for divorce, you already. I mean, 2 days after you filed for divorce, you're already divorced. Anyways, doubling down with the Derricos stars, Dion and Karen Derrico are officially divorced after a judge signed off on their settlement just 2 days after they filed. The TLC star's divorce was finalized on June the 6th per legal documents obtained by TMZ. The former couple will split legal and physical custody of their 13 minor children equally. The outlet reported Dion, 40, is ordered to pay $1,166 per month in child support, while Karen, 44, will be responsible for the kids' medical insurance. Dion and Karen's eldest daughter, Darian, was not included in the filing because she is no longer a minor. Together, we remain unified in the parenting of our 14 beautiful children. Their well-being is our priority. The pair said in a statement after news of their divorce was revealed. We thank everyone for their understanding and support as we move forward for the good of our family. The Las Vegas based family got their start on TLC with the 2020 premiere of their reality show. Dion and Karen welcomed 15 biological children from just 6 pregnancies. Girl. Karen gave birth to daughter Darren in 2005, followed by son Derek in 2010. Twin boys Denver and Dallas followed in 2011. Quintuplets Danico, um, Darius, Diani, Desayan and Dayton joined the family in 2013, and then triplets Diaz, Dior, and Carter were born in 2017, though Carter died shortly after birth. They welcomed a second set of triplets, Dawson, De'Aaron, and Driver in 2019. It's so weird. Why did they name one baby Carter and then the others one with a D? Ain't it crazy that she named all the kids basically after after the letter of his first name and none after hers? Y'all don't think that's weird? Y'all don't think it's weird that this woman sat there and put a baby laid on her back and gave birth to all these children, and none of them take over their names don't take after her first the letter of her first name. All of them take after his. Karen sadly suffered 2 miscarriages in late 2020 and late 2021. Despite the $2,500 to $3,500 a month they were spending on groceries for their large family, she previously dished that they did not want to stop having children. No, that diaper bag is not being hung up, Karen told Entertainment Tonight in 2022. I don't feel complete. I don't feel like we are 100% complete. Dion added, I think when you have created what I think we have created in this home, the love, the amount of love, I just can never get tired of. Girl. Fans are currently watching drama unfold as the family navigates 5 of the boys going through uh, pu- puberty, moving into a fixer-upper home, as well as Dion's mom, Gigi, there we go, fighting cancer and deciding to stop her chemotherapy treatment, there we go. The former couple's eldest daughter is also leaving home and heading to New York to reach her dreams. In a teaser of the current season, which airs on TLC on Tuesdays on TLC, Dion and Karen are seen getting into a heated exchange over Darren's decision to move across the country. Girl, let me just say something. Girl, do what y'all want to do, girl. Them y'all bodies. Girl, if you want to have all the kids, have all the kids. So I did a little math, and Karen, they have joint custody, right? Karen is going to be receiving child support. The math that I did $1,116 divided by 13. And the number that I came out with, you get your calculators and you tell me what you came out with. Y'all grab y'all calculators and y'all let me know what y'all came out with. I came out with $85.84. Now, I don't know. This is what I do know for a fact. This is not an opinion, this is factual. I don't give a damn what the courts say about when it's 50-50, you know. And I know it's not every case, but the majority of the time, even if the courts say, "Oh yeah, y'all share joint custody," the majority of the time, if not most of the time, the woman usually has the kids most of the time. Girl. Even the people who have joint custody, girl, the woman still usually has the kids 50% or more, and it's usually more of the time. Okay, girl, $85.84. That's what each child will be receiving in child support. That $85.84 is going to have to make sure it goes towards clothing and food and shelter, the needs and wants of the children, right? You know what the gag is? It's just so crazy because I feel like, is this on? Oh girl. Oh, I thought this is off. Um you see a lot of people whenever we have these conversations about child support, and you have, it's usually stories um that revolve around like the celebrities, right? These people who have these large amounts of money, and you'll have like Kanye who has to pay $200,000 a month in child support. I believe it was 200,000. Um, and then you have the men and women who are in the comment section going off. It don't take that much to raise no children. It don't. What do it take? $87 to raise them? How much was it? $85. Sorry. Most people don't get that amount of money. When I say, I'm talking about 50,000, 10,000, 15,000, right? A lot of people, you might get, girl, I was getting $125 a month in child support. Some people may get 300, 500. I have heard stories of people getting paid 1,000, right? Um, I just always think it's weird when we have these conversations about child support, and there are usually, to me, there are more people on the side of that's just not that's too much money for a child, because I think they have in their head that because they and they make it work off $2.15, that everybody else has to make it work off $2.15. We can make it off what we have to make it off of because we have no choice. Okay. But those celebrities, girl, they do grow accustomed to a certain lifestyle, and their kids do too. Now I don't know what they're gonna do with no $85.84. Girl, that's a mess to me. It ain't no way in hell, girl. I will be over there with 14 children, and girl, the most that I can get in child support, because more than likely I'm probably gonna have most of these kids most of the time. Girl, is girl $85.84. Girl, somebody said, girl, at this point, girl, it's feed a girl. You might as well pay 35 cents to feed a child. Girl, that's what it's giving. It's giving very much, girl. Girl, 75 cents can feed a child in Africa. That's what it's giving. Hello. Shout out to girl, a dollar and 25 cents can feed 3 children in Africa. Girl, $85.84 can take care of your kids. That's all you need a month. Girl. Y'all let me know what y'all think. It is what it is, honey. I ain't got no kids. I ain't having no kids. Girl. Girl, you girl, them kids will be at your house. And another thing that I wanted to add, even with the $1,000, was it 1,000? Let me make sure I have the number correct. $1,166 per month and child support. And, we did the math, and the calculations came out to be $85.84 per child. That's not even enough to feed your children, because they're saying that in this article, excuse me, in this article, it says that despite the $2,500 to $3,500 a month they were spending on groceries for their large family, she previously dished that they did not want to stop having children. So even with him paying $1,000 a month in child support, that isn't even half of the grocery bill. So when I tell people, when it comes to child support, I think sometimes for a lot of people, and I don't know this to be factual, this is just what I think, that some people just think like, oh, it's just to buy the kids a pair of sneakers, a Nike shirt, right? If you break it down, and let's just say he has the kids um, half of the month, and she has the kids half of the month, that's still not enough to cover groceries. So I guess when it comes to anything else that the kids need, whether it's clothing, shoes, money for recreational, um, things that happen in school, I guess she'll be responsible. He'll be responsible. But with him paying her child support, I want to ask y'all a question. Now, this is what I don't know. If he's paying her child support, what does that necessarily mean? Because then we have those stories like Holly Berry. Shout out to Holly Berry's. Holly Berry, who had to pay her kids' father's child support, right? Even when I think they had 50-50 custody, I'm guessing because Holly Berry was clearly um was the breadwinner, right? So in this case, that was always weird to me with Holly Berry and that Gabriel man. Anyways, but back to these people. Like that's $1,166 a month in child support. That's $85.84 per child. But the grocery bill per month can range from anywhere 2,500 to 3,500. Girl, that's a mess. That's a mess. I don't know anything, girl. I'm not gonna get too messy because I've been reading some stuff online about. Shut up. People been giving out their reasons of why they got a divorce. I'm gonna leave it at that because I don't know these people. Um, So I'm gonna leave it alone. But yeah, it is what it is. She's gonna get her $1,166 a month and child support. That's $85 per child, even though the grocery bill can range from anywhere but between $2,500 a month to $3,500 a month. He has 50% of the kid. He'll have the kids 50% of the time. She'll have the kids, or legally, he can have the kids 50% of the time. I guess that's every other week, and then she gets, the kids the week that he doesn't have the kids. But we know that in real life, girl, the majority of the time, the mothers usually have the kids the majority of the time. I know that's not all of the time, but the majority of the time, I don't know no woman who is not with her baby daddy who don't have her kids the majority of the time. And I'm not talking about no 51% or 52%. I'm talking about the majority, if not 100%. Hello? Anyways, I just want to come back and say that. Let's move on. World, stop. Carry on. Can I say something? I'm trying. I don't. Okay. Shout out to everybody out there with 14 children and 15 children. I have a friend, and she has 5 children, and we used to always joke about if she was like an older woman, like back in the day. You know how like back in the day, the women would have like a whole bunch of kids, or like 12 kids, 13 kids. We will always joke about her, because she's so fertile, girl. It's like, girl, every time her man touch her, girl, she get knocked up. I'd be like, girl, you pregnant again? I remember one time, I remember one time we were at work. This was years ago. And girl, it was like 100 and girl, 50 degrees outside. Girl, it was like July. And girl, she walking around the store with big old, so, hey friend, she watched my videos. Hey friend. So girl, we was at work one day, And she had on a big old sweater. Girl, now mind you, we grown. At this point, girl, you grown, and it ain't like you in high school. You know, in high school, the girls used to wear baby fat. See, I'm telling my age. Back in the day, the girls, when they wanted to hide their teenage pregnancy, they would wear baby fat jackets. And it would be, May, it would be April, and they got on these big puffer jackets. Sister, sister, why do you have on a puffer jacket on May the 1st? Talking about I'm hot. I'm talking about I'm cold. No, baby, you hot. You sweating. It's hot outside. And you got on the puffer jacket. And then, girl, we look up, honey, and then they talking about, girl, so-and-so had a baby. Oh, okay. Because my friend used to come to work sometimes. Well, I guess she didn't want nobody to know she was pregnant for whatever. I don't know why you did that, sister. And I used to always be like, sister, are you pregnant? She's like, no. Sister, are you pregnant? Because why you got that big old sweater on? Girl, we live in Texas, girl. It's 179 degrees outside, girl. We damn near died. You can't even walk outside, pretty much. I don't even know how we made it to work today. Anyways, I said all that to say, when you have 14 kids, though, 14. 14. Yeah, it's 14. I think she had 15. But one of the kids, unfortunately, passed away. She missed, right. You have 14 kids. I always think like when it's somebody like that who has that many kids, 14, 12, 10, 9. I'd be thinking like, did something happen to the point where like you feel like you find comfort in like babies? This is an old school movie. This is one of my favorite movies. It's called Women of Brewster Place. Girl, y'all have to go watch it. When I say it's everything. Um, and one of the girls in the movie, she used to just like to have babies, and it's because it's kind of like brought her comfort. I guess for her to feel like somebody needed her. And I was sitting there thinking like, girl, you got 14 kids. But I didn't realize that she birthed all these kids until I was reading the article with you. And so I'm reading it and they're like biological. Biological, girl. I promise I thought that half of those kids were probably adopted. Probably, a niece or nephew. Your sister might be on drugs, your brother might be on a little drug. You know what I'm saying? You stepped up to the plate and you're gonna take care of your nieces and nephews. I'm thinking it might be nieces and nephews, some adopted children, and then probably 3 or 4 of them is biologically hers. Miss Thing done laid on her back and pushed out 15 babies. Anyways, for real, y'all, let's move on. That's all I really had to say. Okay, let's move on. Oh, listen to this, child. Oops. A Wendy Williams lifelong friend believes her guardianship is worse than Britney Spears' former conservatorships. At least Britney's was her dad. This is a woman that's not even family. Because sometimes your family can be worse than a stranger, quiet as it's kept. Neighbors, it looks like Wendy Williams' loved ones are still trying to figure out how to save her from her current guardianship. This is a mess. Since it was first made public that Wendy was now under the care of her guardian, Sabrina Morrissey, in 2022, her family and friends have been adamant about Wendy not being cared for in the proper way. Now, her lifelong friend, Regina Shell, when I tell y'all we have been talking about Regina, the only person that I have seen Wendy talk about as she referred to as a friend was Reg. I'm assuming this is the same person, Reg. She would call her Reg. And we have been wondering, what is Reg at? Girl, why Reg ain't said nothing? Because I've never heard Wendy talk about any other woman being her friend. She probably, I'm just saying, I haven't heard it. But she will always talk about Reg. I think even Reg came down to visit one time. I think they was going to have like a girls weekend or something like that. This was years ago. Now, her lifelong friend, Regina Shell, is speaking out against Sabrina, claiming that Wendy's situation is worse than Britney Spears' former conservatorship. This is a Britney Spears thing. Only it's worse since it's not even Wendy's family who has control. Regina said exclusively to The Sun. If y'all remember, Britney was in a very toxic conservatorship with her father, Jamie Spears, for about 13 years. Regina says even though both situations are bad, at least Britney's was controlled by her family. Wendy's fate, on the other hand, is being controlled by a complete stranger. I get what she's saying, because even though Jamie, from what they say, was a hot mess, like it just makes more sense. At least at first, it would make sense for somebody in your family to, be the HBIC, right? Like if I had amassed all this wealth, it just I hope y'all would know it wouldn't make sense for some stranger to be looking over me. If it's not my sister, possibly my other sister, or even like my best friend, if it's some strange white woman who in the pit, girl, a strange black person, girl, I don't give a damn. Girl, strange Asian, girl, strange Hispanic, I don't give a damn. If it's just some stranger out the blue, y'all would need to question it. Girl, something ain't right. Because Rodney already told us he don't even fool with people like that. So if it ain't his sisters or one of his friends, girl, who is this white lady? He being taken advantage of by that white person. That's all y'all need to know. Okay, about a stranger. Stranger danger. Girl, when I tell you, girl, I'm going to be over here hollering stranger danger. Hello? Anyways, but yeah, it's one thing for it to be your family, and then you find out that the family is mistreating this person and abusing their position as the conservator, right? That would be one thing. But I do think it's strange that it automatically went to this stranger instead of going through her family. And then if the family wasn't doing right by Wendy, then somebody step in and say, okay, you're not doing right, so we're gonna have to get somebody else. Not, oh, we're gonna give it to Sabrina when she got a whole sister, a best friend. Hell, even Tommy. You remember when Wendy used to say, girl, Tommy was over with them dresses and pumps on him. Girl, you should let that lady alone, Tommy. Even the son, even though I feel like that's too much responsibility for somebody so young, but it would just make even more sense if they said the son, right? But girl, y'all talking about girl Sabrina, some white lady. It's just strange. At least with Britney Spears, it was her dad. It was her family. This is a woman who's not even family, Regina said. And how did this guardian get all of this standing? Wendy was looking for real estate. She was talking to a financial expert at Bank of America to try to gain control of her finances. I don't know how she went to at least 90%, Wendy, to now she's incapacitated and can never see anyone again. This is a mess. I literally just tweeted the other day, girl, I hope my auntie Wendy's doing okay. What's the end game in all of this? Regina questioned. Should she be surrounded by friends and family right now, not isolated and alone? Regina is obviously very frustrated, and rightfully so. This has been an ongoing battle for Wendy's loved ones that unfortunately is far from over. Thoughts, neighbors? Girl, that's a mess. That's a mess. I feel so bad for Wendy Williams. I really do. I was about to go on a whole rant about Kelvin. I'm gonna leave that man alone. Anyways, I'm gone. I'll talk to y'all later. We'll be back later so we can talk about Tiana Taylor. All right. Bye, y'all.